All right, first things first, and this one is a biggie, folks. We need to acknowledge our feelings. I know sometimes we just want to push them down, pretend they're not there, maybe distract ourselves with a marathon of cat videos. But when times are uncertain, it is absolutely normal to feel scared, overwhelmed, anxious, or sad, and that's okay. Think about it. If you stub your toe, you yell, right? You don't just pretend it didn't happen. Emotions are signals. Trying to ignore them is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. Eventually, it's going to pop up. So let's just start by saying, hey, fear, I see you. Hey, anxiety, yep, you're here too. It doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're human. Naming your emotions can actually be super powerful. When you can say, I am feeling anxious right now, it helps to take some of the charge out of it. It's something you can look at, something you can understand a little better, and that's the first step to dealing with it in a healthy way. Okay, next up, let's talk about the news. It's everywhere, isn't it? On your phone, on your TV, your computer. Staying informed is important, but there's a huge difference between being informed and being overwhelmed. Think of it like this: you need water to live. But if you try to drink from a fire hose, you're just going to get knocked over. The 24/7 news cycle can feel exactly like that fire hose. Choose your sources wisely. Find a couple of reliable news outlets that give you the facts without all the extra sensationalism. Set some boundaries. Maybe you decide to check the news once in the morning and once in the early evening, and that's it. No scrolling endlessly before bed. It's okay to unplug. This isn't about being ignorant, it's about protecting your mental and emotional well-being. When big things in the world feel out of control, it's easy to feel small and helpless. But here's a secret weapon: focus on what you control. Instead of letting all your energy get sucked into worrying about the unknown, redirect that energy toward actions you can actually take. Think about your immediate environment, your daily life. What's within your sphere of influence? Maybe you can't solve global crises, but you can decide what to have for dinner. You can tidy up that messy corner. You can make a to-do list and get the satisfaction of checking things off. These little acts of control, these small wins, they add up. They create a sense of agency. This isn't about ignoring the bigger picture. It's about grounding yourself in the present. What small steps can you take today? Maybe it's starting a small creative project. Maybe it's just making your bed. Each little action is a step away from helplessness and a step towards feeling more capable and inspired. All right, let's talk about something that sounds a little woo-woo to some people. But trust me on this one, it's a game changer: mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness is simply about paying attention to the present moment without judgment. And meditation is one way to practice that. It's like giving your busy, chattering brain a much needed mini vacation. Our minds have this tendency to race ahead to the future or get stuck in the past. Especially when times are uncertain, it's so easy for our thoughts to spiral. Mindfulness helps us gently pull our attention back to right here, right now, to this breath, to the feeling of your feet on the floor, to the sounds around you. You don't need special equipment or a silent retreat to practice mindfulness. You can do it while you're washing dishes or drinking your morning coffee. Even just taking 3 conscious breaths can make a difference. Practicing mindfulness and meditation can significantly reduce anxiety about the future. It helps you stay grounded, calm, and more centered, even when things around you feel chaotic. Okay, this next one might sound a little boring, but stick with me because it's surprisingly comforting. Maintain a routine. When you're feeling uninspired or anxious, the idea of a schedule might feel like the last thing you want. Maybe you just want to stay in your pajamas all day and see where the hours go. And hey, some days are for that, no judgment here, but consistently having some structure can bring a real sense of stability and normalcy. Routines are predictable, and in a world that's throwing us constant curveballs, a little predictability can feel like a warm hug. It's an anchor. It tells our brains, okay, even if other things are weird, this part of my day is something I can count on. It doesn't have to be a super rigid schedule. It can be simple, like having a consistent wake-up time, regular meal times, or dedicated hours for work and relaxation. A routine can give your day shape and purpose. This sense of normalcy can be incredibly grounding. It helps to reduce decision fatigue and frees up mental energy for other things. All right, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart connection. When times are tough, one of the most powerful things you can do is share what you're going through with someone you trust. Speaking your fears out loud often makes them feel more manageable. Keeping all those worries bottled up inside is like trying to carry a backpack full of rocks all by yourself. But when you open up to a trusted friend, a family member, or even a therapist, you're asking them to help you carry a few of those rocks. Sometimes just the act of articulating what you're feeling can bring clarity. You might not even be looking for solutions, just a listening ear. And that validation, that feeling of being seen and understood is incredibly powerful. It reminds you that you're not alone in your struggles. Sharing your burdens doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. And when you feel supported, you create more space for positive things like hope and inspiration. Oh, the what if game. Our minds are so good at playing it, aren't they? Especially when we're feeling anxious or uncertain. What if this happens? What if that terrible thing I read about happens to me? What if I fail? This kind of thinking is a major inspiration killer. So one really important skill to cultivate is learning to catch yourself when your mind starts to go down that what if path. The moment you notice that familiar script starting, that's your cue to gently hit the pause button. Acknowledge the thought. Don't try to wrestle it away aggressively. Just notice it. Ah, there's that what if thought again. Once you've caught it, you can start to challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought based on facts or is it just a fear? By actively working to limit what if thinking, you're reclaiming your mental space, reducing anxiety, and creating a much more fertile ground for inspiration. You knew this one was coming, didn't you? I can't talk about feeling good without talking about moving your body. Exercise, physical activity, shaking your groove thing, getting your body in motion boosts your mood, reduces stress and clears your head. When your head is clear and your mood is up, inspiration comes knocking. Exercise can be as simple as a solo dance party in your living room, or a brisk walk, gentle stretching, or a bike ride. Even cleaning your house counts. Exercise releases endorphins, natural mood lifters. It also reduces stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. So when you're feeling stuck or anxious, try moving your body. Help others. When you're feeling lost or uninspired, shift your focus to making a positive difference in someone else's life. Acts of kindness have a boomerang effect, coming back to you as purpose and inspiration. Think about a time you did something nice for someone. How did you feel afterwards? Probably pretty good, right? There's a term for it, helper's high. It's that warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you help others. Helping others doesn't have to be grand. It can be as simple as sending an encouraging text. Acts of kindness benefit both the recipient and you, rewiring your brain for positivity. Last but certainly not least, let's talk about the power of your imagination, specifically visualizing positive outcomes. Now, this isn't about just wishing for things to happen and then sitting back and waiting. It's an active mental practice, like an athlete visualizing themselves crossing the finish line first. It's about mentally rehearsing success, picturing yourself navigating challenges effectively, and feeling the positive emotions associated with that success. When we are faced with uncertainty, it's so easy for our minds to conjure up all sorts of negative scenarios. Visualization is like flipping that script. Instead of imagining failure, you consciously choose to imagine success. You picture yourself handling a difficult situation with calm and competence. You see yourself overcoming obstacles. You feel the sense of accomplishment, the relief, the pride. This practice can be incredibly helpful in strengthening your resilience. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember, even in uncertain times, you have the power to find inspiration and make a positive impact. Stay strong,